So I've got this old W140 here. This is a 6-cylinder version. It's got an issue where it's constantly draining the battery, but I think the reality of the situation is that it's just not getting driven enough. At an idle state, it's drawing practically a consistent 25 milliamps, and what seems to make that escalate rapidly is just leaving the driver's door unlocked. Now this car does have a malfunction with the central locking, which is not really a big surprise for a 140. It's not even trying to activate the PSC pump. But anytime the driver's door is left open, it will hover anywhere between 50 and 100 milliamps. Now it's not doing the same thing on any of the other doors, it seems to just be the driver's door. And if you're interested as to how I connected these wires, well, the negative from the power supply is going straight to the negative terminal. The negative from the current meter is going to the positive terminal, where the battery would go normally. And then the two positive cables from the power supply and the current meter are joined together. Just be aware that you need to use a current meter with about 20 amps at least capacity, because if those closing assist pumps run while the current meter is connected, you will blow the fuse in a smaller meter. And the other thing I noticed, fuse number 11, which is for central locking, that does actually fix this particular problem. So if that's just left out, the current draw remains around 20 to 25 milliamps, which is probably acceptable even in this malfunctional state. So it can be left open like so, wait for the flashing light to time out, and we can see it hasn't escalated like it was doing before with the fuse installed. That's 22.9 milliamps. Takes a while for the red flashing to stop, but I think that's because the pump's not working. And eventually it does settle back down again. I decided to do another test with the fuse back in place and leave the car with the driver's door unlocked for an extended period and see if it eventually times out and goes back to a reasonable level of current consumption, even in the malfunctional state. You can see it's like almost, well, it went up to 200 milliamps there, and now it's doing that oscillating thing between 50 and 100. And I have, of course, got the rear lid simulated to be closed. So I came back after a considerable delay, and it's still doing that oscillating thing between 50 and 100 milliamps. So clearly, in this state, you're going to drain your battery at twice the rate of normal. Now these cars, you know, they're getting on a bit, and I don't think they're daily drivers. I still am under the impression that if you're going to have a 140, you really need to keep it on a battery maintainer. Older cars like this that aren't really of any value, you're probably best doing either that or also adding a battery isolator. This is the other test I performed just to show that I did do it. With the rear unlocked instead of the front, it doesn't make any difference with that fuse still installed. So it's definitely just the driver's door that's keeping things awake. And here we are once again, just with the driver's door unlocked in the higher consumption state. I'm just going to show you the difference it makes pulling fuse 11. Practically instant satisfaction. This is the battery that was in the car. it has gone down to 0 volts. I'm giving it a chance with my C-Tech smart charger on a recovery mode charge. It has been charging probably more than 12 hours now, and this charger is getting kind of hot, so at least it is accepting a charge. I presume it would have thrown an error by now if it wasn't. So we'll see how that goes.